Specifics in the MCU are sometimes hard to come by, but when we actually get specific details from these films, fans really like it. Recently, we got some clarification on the multiverse in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but one actress from Marvel doesn't seem to agree with it all. So stay tuned in today's video as we discuss how a Miss Marvel actress criticized the MCU's mysterious plot hole. First up, what did Iman Vellani say about the multiverse? One of the biggest things in Marvel comic book canon was the establishment of numbers for each universe throughout the multiverse. The main canon universe in the comics was titled Earth 616. We were all waiting for the MCU to be titled this, but something really weird happened along the way. We first heard about the main universe being Earth 616 after Quentin Beck said he came here after an elemental attack in Spider-Man Far From Home. Clearly, he was just spouting nonsense, as he was just an actor and was lying his way through it all. Then, in Multiverse of Madness, it was finally confirmed that this Earth was in fact 616 during the Illuminati scenes with Doctor Strange and Christine. During promotion for Miss Marvel, Iman Vellani, who plays Kamala Khan, had this to say about Earth 616 and how it actually is Earth 199999. I have this argument with Kevin Feige every single time I see him in person. It's not 616. The MCU is definitely 199999. It's 5 nines, and all this happened because Kevin Feige made a joke in an interview about how long the MCU would stand for, and he said 199,999 years. But we need a number, and you can't just take it from the Marvel Comics canon, because that was like the main comics canon where all the main events took place. In terms of Beck in Spider-Man Far From Home, she had this to say. Vellani criticized the Earth 616 line, saying that this designation should not have been something Beck was privy to since he was just an actor, and in that canon, Kamala's an Inhuman, and there's Lockjaw, House of M took place with the X-Men. Where's all that in MCU if it's 616, huh? I rest my case. Also, how does why was Mysterio in the MCU right about 616? Because he mentioned it. Why would he know anything? He's just an actor. When you think about all the information we have on the Earth titles, Earth 616 might be the easier one to call it, but in actuality, the Earth is named 199999. It was named this in the comic books as the MCU is actually a canon universe to the comic books. This was established in a comic a while ago. Clearly, the 616 line was to tidy things up, or it's what the Baxter Foundation call our main universe. On Earth 828, where the Illuminati are, they call it 616, so this might just be their own way of naming things. Well, whatever the case, it seems like people are going to call the main MCU universe 616 from now on. And that's all good, but of course, we have our own opinions on it all. So let us know down in the comment section below your thoughts on all this. And now, on to some other Marvel news from the last few weeks. Here are 2 things from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that are going to change the MCU forever. One of the biggest reveals in the Multiverse of Madness was that a variant of Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, exists in the MCU. He was introduced during the Illuminati part of the film and was obviously eventually killed by Wanda during her destruction. Sadly, that version of Reed Richards is no longer alive, but we should be seeing him return in some shape or form soon. A Fantastic Four movie has already been announced by Marvel and should be filming next year. None of the cast have been announced, but fans were wanting 2 specific actors for the film. They wanted John Krasinski and Emily Blunt to play Reed Richards and Sue Storm respectively. Thankfully, we got John Krasinski playing Mr. Fantastic within Multiverse of Madness, and cinemas across the globe were going crazy. It was such a great reveal that might mean he's going to come back in the future. Krasinski has always wanted to be in the MCU and play Fantastic, and he got his and our wish. Now though, this was a variant of the character. Krasinski could play in the main version of Reed Richards in the MCU in the upcoming Fantastic Four film. We also want Emily Blunt to be in the film, as the 2 are married in real life and starred together in A Quiet Place. The Fantastic Four have already been teased a bunch in the MCU, and now with Reed appearing in the Multiverse of Madness, we might be seeing them cast very soon. What do you think about all of this? Let us know down in the comments section below. The film really opened up the multiverse and showed us all what could be out there in the Marvel universe. Many new things are coming up in the future of the MCU, and this film might have given us an insight into it all. The major scene where we see this is when Doctor Strange and America Chavez are flying through the multiverse. We see many different multiverses, and some of those are well known to comic fans. First, we see an animated universe, which could lead us to one of the many animated Marvel television series, or even into the Spider-Verse. Next, how is Christian Bale's performance in Love and Thunder? Thor the God Butcher will make his MCU debut in the upcoming film Thor Love and Thunder, and fans are loving his portrayal. In the comic books, Gorr looks much different, but that isn't stopping people from loving the performance that Bale has given, as well as accepting the changes for his MCU debut. Audiences have already seen Thor Love and Thunder through certain test screenings, and they have crowed Christian Bale as the best MCU villain. Throughout the entirety of the MCU, they've received some criticism for their villain portrayals, but many of the others have been seen as impeccable. Thanos, Killmonger, and Ultron were all seen by fans as some of the best villains from the MCU and have stuck at the top of the list for years now. Tess Thompson is coming back as our favorite character Valkyrie in Love and Thunder, and she seems to have quite a large role. She, in another interview, elaborated on what makes Bale such a great actor and what makes his portrayal as Gore the God Butcher one of the best MCU villains of all time. We all know that Christian Bale is a phenomenal actor and has been doing this for decades now. He's just amazing, but this is the first time he's played a character in the MCU and a supervillain. He, of course, played Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy, so he knows his superheroes well, but he hasn't really played someone like Gore before. The actor is known for his method acting and getting into the shape of the character he'll be playing, so his physical form was the same as Gore for shooting. He looks pretty thin and feeble. He's going to have an incredible performance, and we can't wait to see more of him when the film comes out, as well as hopefully in future MCU projects. Finally, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has wrapped shooting. To end this video, we're going to discuss some details on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, as it's recently wrapped shooting in the last few months or so. Now that the film is done, we should be seeing it in just a year or so. And while the film was shooting last year, we saw some set photos leak out onto the internet, and they are fantastic. Though we won't be getting this film for at least another year. We do have some insight from toy and set leaks as to what our characters might be doing and what they're going to look like. This third film in the Guardians franchise is going to be crazier than ever and supposedly revolve around the search for Gamora and, of course, the first appearance of Adam Warlock. Warlock is going to be a huge part of this film and should either be a huge help or even the major villain for this outing. From what we've seen of Star-Lord already, he's going to have a beard this time around. Thor Love and Thunder toy leaks point towards Peter Quill rocking a full beard in this outing. Then, it was confirmed in the trailer for the film just a few weeks ago. On-set images have also been released and they point towards a brand new costume for the character as well as this new look. Quill seems to be wearing a brand new jumpsuit, more in line with his comic book version. This means he could be heading towards that comic-accurate suit that fans have been waiting for from these films. Quill's suit in the comics has gone through many different versions, but a few select ones are some fan favorites in the comic book community. And that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video, and if you did, would you please let us know in the comments section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to our channel so the notification bell will ring. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye.